In this video, I will show you how to create this animation in Blender, using the add-on Animax. I'm using the version 2.0.1 of the add-on, and Blender 3.4 Alpha. We will start by adding a text object, then go to Edit mode, and change it to Animax. Back to Object mode, I will rotate the text. Then I will extrude it. And I will increase the spacing between the characters. Then I will duplicate the text, and change it to 2.0. Now I will convert the first object to mesh. Then in Edit mode, I will select all the vertices by pressing A. Then I will press M and select by distance, to get rid of the overlapping vertices. Then I will set the origin to geometry. And I will press Alt-G to reset the location. Finally, I will press Ctrl-A, and apply the rotation and scale. All the previous steps are important for the fracturing operation. Now I will give the object a new material, and name it text. Then I will repeat all the steps to the second text. In the Fracturing tab of Animax, and in the Mesh input of the Mesh Slicing, I will select the first object, and enable Auto Smooth. In the Mesh Cutting section I will load the Cubes preset, then execute it. As you can see, the number of shards is very low. I will increase the number of X cutters to 30, and I will enable Relative Distribution. Then I will set the number of Y cutters to 4, and also enable Relative Distribution. For the Z-axis, I will only enable Relative Distribution, then execute again. In the Mesh output I will check the number of shards. Looks good to me. So I will apply the result, and name the new collection Animax, then press OK. Now I will exclude the collection. Then I will repeat the same steps with the second object. I will name the second collection 2.0. Then I will exclude the new collection. Now, let's animate the objects. In the Animate tab, I will add the two collections, Animax and 2.0. Now I will hide the second item, then select the first one. In the Effects panel, I will add a transform effect, and change its name to Initial Transform. Then I will change the start frame to -1 and the duration to 1, so that the effect starts before the first frame. And I will set the Z location to 5. You could enable Control the Time and set it to 1 to get the same result. Next, I will add another transform effect and name it Location. Then I will enable Replace Location, so that the instances go back to their original location. And I will change the interpolation to Ease in Out. And we have this animation. Then I will increase the duration, and invert the offset direction. If you want the instances to start invisible, just enable Fade Out in the Initial Transform. Then I will enable Replace Scale in the Location effect and set the scale to 1. Next, I will add an Orbit effect. And I will add an empty object, and use it as the center object. And I will set the Z angle to 720 degrees. And I will synchronize the orbit effect with the location effect. And we have this animation. Then I will invert the orbiting direction by giving the angle a negative value. And I will change the interpolation to Ease Out. You can play around with the smooth step until you get something that you like. Next I will add another transform effect, and name it rotation. And I will synchronize it with the second effect. Then I will set the random rotation to 360 degrees for all the axes. And I will change the interpolation to ping pong, so that the rotation goes back to its original value. And I will set the smooth step to 3. And the last effect is noise. I will also synchronize it with second effect. And I will change its parameters as follow. And this is the animation so far. Now, to add the disintegration animation, we could add a transform effect. And change the start frame to 170. And change the random location to 5. And enable fade out in the scale section. Then I will change the interpolation to ease in out and increase the duration. And we will get this animation. But since we have multiple disintegration presets, I will delete the effect and load the disintegration 2 preset. And I will hold Ctrl while pressing the load button to add the effects. All the newly added effects are synchronized to the effect named up. I will change its start frame to 170. Then I will change the offset direction to center. Instead of going up, I will change it to go in random directions. Finally, I will change the duration to 80 frames, and the random location to 4. Before we proceed, I will set up the world lighting using our free add-on Easy HDRI. You will find the link in the description. Next I will animate the material. So let's open the shader editor. And I will select the text object, because it contains the text material. Then I will add a mix shader node. And I will use it to mix a diffuse shader with an emission shader. Then I will add an attribute node, so its color will be the factor of the mix shader. We will use the timing from the location effect, and its ID is FX2. Since I'm using Blender 3.4, I will set the type to instancer. It's working, but we need to invert the effect. So we will add a color ramp node to change the interpolation. I like this result. Now let's add this same effect to the disintegration animation. To do so, I will copy the mix shader node. I will connect the second input with the emission shader. The factor of the mix shader node is the effect up, and its ID is FX6. And don't forget to set the type to instancer. It's working. I will add another color ramp node to change the interpolation. And this is the animation so far. Now all what we have to do is copying all the effects to the second item. So I will go to the options, then copy. Then select all the effects. Then I will select the second item and paste the effects. I want the second item to start from below. So, in the initial transform I will change the location to -5. And in the location effect I will invert the direction. And finally, I will invert the orbit direction. And this is the final result. That's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching.